Kill this one. Nice.
Let's end this.
Just die. Reese, you're blinded now. You get a pass. Also, of course I'm sealed. Terrible time to be sealed.
We're good to go.
Take artwork on you.
We're good to go.
It's these silver, like, machine ones that arts don't work. Rip Joshua. Oh well. Plenty of chances to catch him up. You've overcome the trial. Thus, I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Alright, what do we have here? Probably like another lore door, maybe? Oh yeah, it's another lore door. This is about Blue Blanc. An investigative report on Phantom Thief B, his crimes, his history, and his true identity. Imperial Chronicle investigative team. Oh, look at this imagery. Very nice. Phantom Thief B has had quite the lengthy and productive career in thievery in the Empire, as the amount of records we have been able to find on this crime proves beyond a doubt. From numerous paintings held in the Imperial Art Gallery, to a septium crystal held in the Empire's customs warehouse, to even a cutting-edge tank held in an Imperial research facility. Nothing is truly safe when he desires to steal it. His conquests aren't limited to inanimate objects. He has been guilty of pretending to be a military officer and eloping with the wife of a marquis on one reported occasion. Yet, and this is perhaps the most baffling part, there is no concrete evidence to suggest he has profited from his exploits. Rather, the objects stolen usually end up in places so bizarre, their owners are liable to faint upon hearing about them. In other cases, they are transformed into mirror, which is then rained down from the sky in areas largely inhabited by those less fortunate. Hearing this, one might be led to think him a vigilante thief who takes from the rich and giving to the poor. But make no mistake, the truth is not so simple. The wife of the Marquis discussed earlier is a fine example of that. As of this writing, it has been a little over half a year since the elopement took place. Since then, she has remained unaccounted for. Many of the items stolen by him may return to the public eye in some fashion, but not all. Between his eccentric techniques and bizarre behavior regarding the objects he steals, it might appear as though his thefts are purely whims and nothing else. Upon studying the overall picture and reviewing the objects, and indeed people in play, you begin to see that they all have one specific thing in common. Take the artwork stolen from the Imperial Art Gallery, for example. Each of them were works of pure genius, painted by a master of their craft. But they gained a reputation for being too complex for the target audience of such works, the nobility, and were shamefully stored away instead of placed on display. Similar could be said of the Septium Crystal. Known for its unparalleled beauty, after being seized by customs, it was sealed away in the warehouse and doomed never to be admired by human eyes again. The tank, again, is one more example, with its promising development cut short. Rather than to be put to good use, it was left collecting dust. As an aside, the case of the Marquis' wife does contain some striking similarities. Despite marrying her, he devoted most of his attention to his concubines and barely spared a thought for her. In conclusion, we could see that the underlying motive for his action is finding objects of beauty that have been abandoned by the world and freeing them from their foolish owners. No matter how the world may see his crimes, his motive is clear. The truth of that is evident in the cards he leaves before committing his crimes. This is the so-called liberation of beauty mentioned upon each of them. Phantom Thief B steals not for money, but for an ideal he believes in. It is in this fact we believe are clues to his true identity. Who is Phantom Thief B? A number of valid theories have come on about the face behind our famed thief. Unfortunately, they are all as lacking in conclusive proof as they are numerous, and so it is impossible to say whether any of them are actually correct. To complicate matters further, we now even have deranged individuals coming forward pretending to be him and allowing themselves to be captured by law enforcement. That's not to say, however, that none of the theories circulating are all plausible. Here we will introduce 3 such theories which have developed significant followings and may not turn out to be too far from the truth. Amorous con artist X. Personal history, known for his exceptional skill as a con artist, having fake design identity, in order to engage in romantic relationships with many noblewomen, words. He was as handsome as he was capable and was exceptionally proud in nature as well. Born to a poor family, began used to stealing in order to make, young age, yada yada. The reason X converted from being a common thief to a con artist is believed to have stemmed from falling in love with a noblewoman of much higher social standing than he. Full of aristocracy, absolute in country called home, yada yada. With that in mind, he resolved to create a false identity in order to make his dream possible. It was a mere 10 years ago that he was arrested on suspicion of identity, but he performed a miraculous escape from prison. Both X's peerless skills as a thief and his interest in forbidden romances with noblewomen sound remarkably like what we know of Phantom Thief B. That's to say, he gained no financial benefit from his actions whatsoever. Tragic artist Y. Y was an artist. Is it just XYZ? Y was an artist with a tragic past, born to a middle-class family in the north, hired by an influential aristocrat. They discovered he wasn't all he produced. On the contrary, he was also responsible for a number of counterfeit pieces. Immediately after leaving his client behind, Y received a terrible piece of news. His lover, the daughter of a respected family, had been killed in a traffic accident. No evidence to prove as much. It is rumored that the noble may have had a hand in her death. Y was only spotted once more at his lover's grave before forever disappearing from the public eye. Thoughts? The story of Y still has several unsolved mysteries surrounding it and has invited much speculation, both of which have likely led to the theory that Phantom Thief B are one and the same. Phantom Thief B is known at times, false beauty, etc. Alright, theory 3. Skilled martial artist Z. The story of Z is significantly different from the other 2 potential identities. How funny that Zin is a martial artist and this is martial artist Z. Coincidence? I think not. Z was born in the Far East as son of a famed military family. He was an attractive, delicately built young man. His frame would have suggested being blessed with a great natural talent. He's also said to possess a keen, sharp mind, and there was a mild air of arrogance about him too. Z was indeed blessed in nearly every way. He came from an important family. He had skill. He had looks. As a result, he came to feel bored with the world around him. Thoughts? Much of this theory is based on the idea of geniuses being eccentric by nature. There are some who say that the fighting style of Z has some resemblance to the peculiar skills used by Phantom Thief B. But in terms of credibility, this theory is barely a cut above many other similarly unusual suggestions. Still, the idea that the man beneath the mask is one from the East is certainly an interesting and exciting one, leading many to wish it were true, even if they find themselves doubting it actually is. Done? That brings us to the end of outlining 3 very different theories. Could X, Y, or Z be the true identity of our famed Phantom Thief? Or is this the truth, perhaps something else entirely? The only way we will know for sure is to hear the truth from the man himself. Of course, whether we could trust anything he says is a discussion for another time. Postscript: after this article was first published, we received a card believed to be from Phantom Thief B himself at their office, as follows: "The truth of my identity is already within your grasp. My number reveals all." Judging by this, enforcer number 10, was it? Judging by this, it is believed that one of the 3 theories proposed is the true identity of Phantom Thief B. That said, uncovering the meaning behind his words has proven to be a trying task. Will one valued reader be able to step forward and solve what we cannot? Only time will tell. Alright. That was some nice lore on Phantom Thief B. That worked out perfectly. That was a good door. The Ren one might have worked too, but I figured, you know what? Since I have to set up reports, that one was the better call. Ooh, I gotta heal Joshua, my word. We got 3 star doors done and 1 moon door, so good stuff. We didn't finish chapter 6, but chapter 6 just went out a lot longer than I thought it would. Next stream is definitely going to be finishing chapter 6 and knocking out more doors. Again, we're finishing all the moon doors. We're going to do the final moon door next stream at some point, and we'll finish chapter 6 for sure. So, yeah, those of you watching, hope you all enjoyed. We will, I don't know what we're going to start doing. We'll do something. We'll finish the moon doors and do chapter 6. We'll see how it happens. But yeah, that'll be it. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.